Eddie Edelman's
No, the radio guy, Billy Costa, and the
it's
the
a disaster. It's a wasteland.
Yeah,
it's a complete wasteland of programming on that.
Yeah, and look, obviously.
Keep your mics on during the opening.
All right,
He's
don't
going to
talk.
do a media show.
I'm gonna tell
this
that dirty
time.
joke.
Don't
Contagious.
Don't say the C word.
How did you know that was in it?
Yeah, well, come on, Timmy.
But we can do this, boys. I believe this is going to happen. And God knows we deserve it.
Yeah, it's like the Beatles.
In 3
Beatles
years.
went to Hamburg.
Are you ready to be?
I'm gonna get hair implants.
Milton's finest, of course he's
I'm
ready.
gonna get a sleeve. Wait, hair implant.
Facelift.
Like the personal makeup artist.
So Pat's.
Hey, this is Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid!
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, the Professor, Russ Stevens, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and he's not the Barber of the Stars. He's Milton's own Tim Hoey. Well, first of all, I want to thank our wonderful sponsor, Dante's Pizzeria, 415
again.
Harvard Street. Yeah, David brought wonderful pizzas there, and he may be the nicest guy in Brookline.
The
Yeah.
pepperoni was spectacular.
Oh, great food. 415 Harvard Street. Make sure to say hello to David and his wonderful father, Dante. All right, boys. Well, it had to happen. Right? We know what it feels like to live in any other NFL city in this country, right?
NBA combination evening.
So it's midnight, and the professor's final text to me was, "That's 4 hours of my life I'm not getting back."
Did it feel like it looked like a loss from the first 5 minutes of that game?
Oh,
Yeah.
when
Didn't
it
Brady
really?
threw the first pass right
Into the
there
ground. I was just like, oh, it's going to be one of those nights.
But, they got down 6, and I said, one score, we're back in it.
Yeah,
all
and then we
7 to
got
6,
it.
like things were just going to progress as usual.
Well, the defense did their best and kept him in the game until it was 7-6, and then the offense threw it away again.
Yeah, you just felt it was going to be like old Celtics game when they were great. They'd just wait till the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, right? They'd put the pedal to the metal and they'd win. But that didn't happen, boys.
How confident were you when they scored at the halftime?
I thought it was an absolute done
13,
deal.
yeah.
Like, just follow the regular script.
Yeah.
Patriots game, we come back, Miami. Even to the end, I thought Tom's going to pull this out. To the last 5 minutes. I said,
Until that last.
we've seen it so many
course.
times.
But his body language looked different.
And
Yeah, he
you
looked
got-
out of sorts.
Oh, he was sulking the whole game, too.
Yeah, and
Boy,
he,
I'll give credit to Miami. What a great defensive performance.
They played really well.
I hope the rest of the NFL doesn't say this is how we beat the Patriots. I have full faith in Belichick that he's going to switch things up. But they were ready for
they were
everything.
tougher than us.
Oh, yeah.
On
They
Monday night.
out-physicaled them. They were tougher. That rookie cornerback more than held
Goodness.
his own.
Yeah.
But also, anytime they weren't letting us up after they tackled us, they give us an extra push and
Yeah.
stuff. They came to play and we didn't.
Look, it was one of those cases, desperate team. If Miami has any hopes of making the playoffs, they had to win that game.
And that was their Super Bowl. That's always
That
their
was their
Super
Super
Bowl.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still don't think they have any hope.
They may, they could.
You know
who
what I
knows?
noticed? The receivers were covered like blankets.
Like blank.
Yeah.
Brady had a throw. When he did get a reception, it had to be a perfect pass.
Yeah. If there were
And,
ever,
and he was throwing lousy passes. He was behind and short all night.
if there was ever an example of how badly we need Gronk,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold
that.
on. This is Scotty's Jimmy G.
Oh,
opportunity here.
absolutely.
No.
All he does is win. I just want to
No,
mention
look,
that.
we just-
And I mentioned to Jimmy G that was going to be a problem if they did play him because they'd win games, and now all of a sudden that pick
Jimmy
doesn't
G
even look
was
Thank
as
not
good.
God
winning
Jimmy
that
G is
game,
gone because
please.
somebody in this group here would be screaming for him to go in right now.
Oh my!
Well, yeah.
No, that's
Brady
not,
had his worst
no.
2 games of the season, the last 2 games. 4 interceptions.
He's
last
done.
2
He's
games,
Joe. He's done.
And Jimmy G has
These
won his
division
last 2
games,
games.
these division games are just tough,
always
man.
tough.
They just play them tough, and you didn't have Gronk in the middle, so they clamped down in the middle of the field. They made Brady throw long and deep, and the offensive line didn't give him enough time to get the ball deep.
Whenever Brady starts throwing deep, you know they've lost. Whenever
When he starts
sulking,
lobbing the ball,
he just
yeah.
throws them long.
Edelman was so obviously missed.
Why
Totally,
didn't they
it's a
use
great
Lewis
point.
more? The guy was having a great night, and he didn't use him at all. 10 times they touched
Look, the
him.
coaching staff looked out of sorts. Bill had that kind of blank stare the whole night. Mistakes they made, not doing the quarterback sneak at the end. And next, you know, like other teams do, right? They have the ball on the half-yard line. Next thing you know, it's third, and they're on the 15.
I don't believe they converted the third down the entire game.
Oh, for 11.
The fact that they
Crazy.
almost won that game and they were 0 for 11 on third down conversion
if
is still
only-
pretty remarkable.
If only that abomination of an onside kick had worked. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Did anyone see what the heck was going on
It
with
was
that?
the new style. It
What was
the
the
millennial
appeal of that?
onside
Well,
kick.
no, I heard Belichick say it would have gone 10 yards if they had let it, but they attacked it.
Well,
Yeah,
but
but it was-
isn't that the same in every onside kick? Like that kick
Well,
was
that
going.
guy's being
No,
stupid.
but that kick is going 2 miles an hour. Like you could attack that kick.
He's making a mistake by attacking it because if it falls short of 10, they automatically get the ball. They don't have to touch it, and they automatically get
It
the
was
ball
just
there.
Bill trying to be smarter than everyone else again and doing something
If it
completely
had
different
worked,
that we
he
never
would have
saw.
been another genius.
It wasn't
I
working.
guess.
It wasn't.
It didn't work.
It wasn't working at all.
It failed like that Indianapolis Colts play of a few years ago.
No, I can't believe I'm saying this. Of course, you know I love Dante Hightower and I miss him terribly. But
They do too.
Yeah, but Vanoy is a key to the Patriots defense. And he's a guy who plays every snap. He wasn't in last week. And you notice the difference. You had guys, the Rileys, the Flowers, the Eric
These guys were
Hills
third
of the
and
world.
fourth stringers on any other team.
Or guys who weren't even in the league when it started.
Do you
the
think
season
that some of
started.
those guys would have played had it been a big game? I just got the sense that if there were borderline guys the other night, he
I
sat
agree.
him.
I know you were all relaxed and saying we didn't need that game. Fellas, if we lose this week to the Steelers, we are currently
We're
the
in
third
place.
seed if we lose. Third seed, we don't even get the bye.
Yeah,
That was a key game.
And Jacksonville's playing School for the Blind and another joke team. And same with Pittsburgh. Neither one is going to lose their.
No, Jacksonville does play
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Pittsburgh
Well,
almost
that-
lost 2 weeks ago to a poor team.
I know, but still, that was a key game. That was not enough. Are we going to have a couple years ago where all of a sudden we're deciding to lose
Pittsburgh
games?
is eking out wins also.
That's true. Timmy, you're absolutely
Eking
right.
them out
Yeah.
against some
But
real low
they're finding a
competition.
way to win every
Yeah,
one of
I
them.
know, but I don't know. These games just don't look that impressive. Their offense looked pretty good the other night.
I don't want to
against
digress too
Baltimore,
much, but what I can't figure about the Steelers, I watch the Steelers, and if you play fantasy football, those two guys, the running back and Brown, why don't they
cold.
triple cover Brown?
Well, you can't.
Why
I
is
mean,
Brown open all
He's
game
so good.
long?
He has a great feel of how to get open in his zone.
Even when he's doubled,
yeah.
he's bracketed and he gets open.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player. Look, they're going to put up big numbers. I don't want to talk about the score right now. I know you want to
But
say it immediately.
getting back to, do you think Brady or Belichick is just going to try to eliminate Brown somehow?
Well, he always does that, right?
Usually
that's-
they
they'll
put
double him.
Butler underneath and Jerron Harmon over him.
And they'll put Gilmore on.
Gilmore will go
Bryant
one-on-one
or
with
And
someone.
do you think Pittsburgh's coach is just going to come out with the same vanilla defense that he
That
comes out
is
with
the
every
key
year?
question to me. Like,
It
if
depends
this
on if
guy,
Joe Hayden
if
is
this guy
healthy.
comes out and plays his own defense again against the Patriots,
He's an idiot.
Brady will absolutely pick him apart.
He just comes out and says, "This is what we do," and beat us.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Belichick, the genius, the mad genius, obviously comes up. But is he going to learn from his mistakes
great
and mix
question.
it up?
They've
a little
been
bit?
saying they're going to change it up all year long, but it depends. They're missing a couple of starters in the defensive backfield right now, and losing their signal caller Shazier is like losing Hightower.
I know, but Tomlin he's been focusing on the Patriots game the whole season like a little cheerleader type. He's not doing anything
But they're
different.
playing so
He's
good
not
now.
that smart. He's not that good of a coach. He's not doing anything different. They
fact, I
can't
think
do
he's a- I
anything
think he's a
different.
terrible
Baltimore had
coach.
3 shutouts this year. They put
Yeah,
39
but to
points on
Timmy's
them.
point, though, that they've been eking out games against crappy teams for
Yeah.
weeks now.
Well, I'm not saying Baltimore's a good team, but they do have a good defense.
Yeah,
And
but
they
we
put
let Jay
39 on
Cutler, Joe, torch us
Yeah.
this week. Jay Cutler.
How much of an how many points is Belichick versus Tomlin? Is that 10 points in the
That's a
Patriots' favor?
touchdown right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, absolutely.
I
yeah.
think it's 10 points.
Tomlin just seems to a guy who doesn't learn from his mistakes. But this is how we do it. We're going to do it. And Belichick's okay. Go ahead. Great.
He's another coach who's just happy to be on the field with Bill Belichick, right? He knows he doesn't belong, in the same
If
conversation.
the Patriots aren't in Tomlin's way, how many AFC championships and Super Bowls does
They've won a
Pittsburgh
couple
go to?
more Super Bowls.
Oh,
probably.
absolutely, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they've won a couple more. Absolutely. It's a great point.
We're
They've
talking
had the
about Ben
quarterback.
Roethlisberger as being the GOAT. Think about it.
got
How
two.
many
I mean,
times
he's
have
got
they
two
had great
already,
teams
right?
and they
He's
run
got
into
two.
the Patriots, so the Patriots mop the floor with them. Season's over. The Patriots go on to greatness. It's been going on for years.
All right, so let's do the predictions. I've got the Patriots. Oh, see, I'm going to get it off this time.
32.
Patriots 42, Pittsburgh 38. All right, Professor.
I'm actually going to predict a loss.
Wow.
38 to 35. A absolute barn burner and somebody and they kick a field goal late.
Wow. Joe.
I'm going to go counter to everyone, Las Vegas, everyone, and be a low-scoring game.
Really?
17-13 Patriots.
What's the spread?
Well, the over-under is 52, so they think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, but what's the spread? Patriots favored?
2.5.
Patriots?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, Timmy.
36-28. The difference will be Belichick.
All right. All right, well, we'll see.
Tomlin will make a major
Hope
faux
so.
pas at some point in the game that will everyone in
He
the
doesn't
country will be
usually make
scratching
in-game
their head.
Mistakes. That's usually not his thing.
But I mean, his
plan.
overall
He's
value.
fouled
the
it up
game
so
plan.
bad.
Yeah, the
They had a
game plan is
plan.
what I mean, and people will be scratching their head after the game, saying, "Why did he do that?"
And this is the most anticipated game in the NFL schedule, would you say?
This year,
Yeah,
it's
this
right
year.
up there.
Well,
I
now
mean,
the
the
Green
Eagles have
Bay's
played a
quarterback
couple
is hurt, and
Yeah, Eagles have played a couple big games.
how about the
recently.
Eagles? Not to digress
I
too
know,
much.
I know. Everything's
I felt
falling
bad
into
about
place.
that.
It's sort
He's
of
a
like
great player.
2001. Everything's going their way if they can beat
But
Pittsburgh.
look out, if Rodgers comes back, the Packers could still make the playoffs, and he scares me.
Yeah.
He would torch the Patriots defense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, just the under
Because there's no one to rush them. They have no pass.
You
rush
guys keep
whatsoever.
forgetting Belichick comes up with stuff.
No, I know.
How
I
many-
know. Look,
For
I'm
15 years, we forget the Patriots were underdogs against Indy like every year, and we would win the games. We were underdogs against Pittsburgh, and every national media
I don't
member
think
would be
we've
saying,
been
"Oh,
underdog
Pittsburgh."
in like years.
No, yeah, it hasn't happened. All right, so we go to the Red Sox, and all right, I had mentioned that Giancarlo Stanton was coming to the Red Sox.
How'd that work out?
But he
It
goes
was
to
the opposite of
You
that.
guys would have renewed
Yeah, right.
your season
Did they
ticket
offer
if
him
he was.
cupcakes?
He goes to the Yankees, which bad enough. And just think about that whole Monday night. Celtics are getting wiped out against the Bulls.
This is a rough night.
The Patriots are going to lose to Dolphins, and they were pretty much outplayed the whole game, right? And then what is ESPN mentioning was after the game we're going to interview Aaron Boone, and we're going to talk about Giancarlo Stanton going to the. It could not have gone worse.
And then what was the other guy? Otani says, "Oh no, I'm going to the Angels. Forget about Red Sox. I'm not even going to consider."
But the thing that pissed me off is when the agent for Stanton comes out and says the Red Sox never even made an offer, a trade offer. And when you realize what the Yankees had to give up for Stanton,
gave up nothing.
No,
They gave up nothing.
a broken down second baseman.
And that contract is going to look like chum change to what Mike Trout gets and Bryce Harper get.
That's right.
Yeah, great point.
And also, Miami's got to give the Yankees money
Very
if he doesn't opt.
Very similar
Is
to
that right?
them not offering our pitcher that went to the Cubs, John Lester, and then paying twice as much to get David Price.
Yeah, because you could end up
great point.
paying $200+ million if
Oh,
you wanted
yeah.
Martinez.
And they're going to
Yeah.
pay it. They're going to pay it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Now they're getting up against it.
Yeah,
Bryce
the heat's
Harper,
on.
they have to get a Bryce Harper. They have to get him now.
Yeah, we're talking about, we understand the magnitude of getting a top 5 player. We got Kyrie Irving and how that changed it. Stanton is a top 5 player in the major leagues, that he was available. And for that little, we talked about, I had mentioned JBJ, Xander,
You wouldn't have had to
Erod.
give up any of that.
That you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't.
Not any of it.
Well, that was pretty much equivalent
One
to.
of them, one of
I
them,
was
one
going
of
to say it was giving JBJ and 2 mid-level prospects.
That's right. Yeah, and taking on the money.
And they still gave.
I think he just
No,
fell
and
asleep.
they got to give back. If he doesn't,
Yeah, if he doesn't
out,
opt in.
Miami's got to give up $30 million back to
I
the
didn't even know.
No,
that.
but they did take $30 million of the
They
contract.
already took
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
They were just
Yeah.
looking for someone to take that contract.
I just think I think the Red Sox fell asleep. The Red Sox didn't want to pay the money, fell asleep thinking that he was going to go to the National League, that they weren't going to be in trouble, and then all of a sudden he bounces back, and now to Joe's point, their backs up against
And
the
they're
wall.
going to pay twice as much.
Yeah, they're gonna
gonna
pay
end
a
up
lot of
giving
money
someone-
for JD
Bryce Harper's
Martinez.
got JD $40 million, $45 million a
for
year.
Bryce Harper.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's going to be an unbelievable amount.
It's
of
going
money.
to set
$400
some type of a
million
record. And the
contract.
Red Sox, because the Yankees, now they're kind of out of the market. So it's going to be the Red Sox.
Because we realize in the free agent market, we always say, oh, but of course, going to the Red Sox is a wonderful thing. Every player wants to go to the Red Sox. But it's proven in the free agent market, the Red Sox have to overpay. They have to overpay $20, $30, $40 million more than the second offer to get these guys to come to here.
And these
if-
are all Boris guys left, too.
Yeah.
Hosmer, Martinez, they're Boris guys. He never accepts second best money.
And look, the Yankees, they got all the stars. Right?
That is going to be a wicked lineup, isn't it? Judge, Sanchez.
Do you think Judge will be able to
Stanton.
do it again?
I don't know. I mean, he's going to see a lot of pitches if Stanton's hitting behind him or whatever. I mean, he's going to. But it's a great question. By the way, that guy
He
could go out
did
and hit
make the
230.
adjustment.
Well, he didn't make the pros till he was 25.
Yeah.
And he hit all those home runs, and then they seem to have the book on
He's
him
no
for about
sure
2
thing.
months.
Yeah.
But then the last 2 months of the season, he started
Yeah.
hitting again.
And they
so
were-
he made the adjustment to the
One year
the
does not
pitchers.
make a Hall of Famer.
If they have
No,
an off-season
right.
basketball team, they're going to win too. They're a big team. We're
Yeah.
talking about stars here. Big names. Stanton,
6'8",
Judge,
6'9". They got-
Sanchez. I mean, they are must-watch TV.
Even
What do
their
we?
bullpen is big name stars.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, what do we have? A broken down Dustin Pedroia and a cold Xander Bogaerts? Seriously, he has screwed up big time. We're not.
K9 Hanley Ramirez.
Because we needed to give up as much as we could. We were talking about Benintendi, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about
Devers.
yeah, right.
None of that.
Castro. They've got to be joking. All right, so it's the winter meetings, and Dave Dombrowski mentioned that the Babe Ruth of Japan that he wasn't interested in expending the time to make the presentation that
I thought
could.
they had Daisuke go make the
Yeah, that worked out
presentation.
really well.
But who says that?
He threw him, what was that Ephus pitch he used
Yeah.
to have? The gyro.
Gyro.
But who would verbalize that? That he didn't feel like, to make the effort to make the presentation to try to court him. What have we got here now? Has the Red Sox just been very happy now in the last couple of years of being slightly above average?
Well, again, it kind of goes to is he just a little bit kind of acting a little bit lazy, acting a little bit content right now?
Right.
Or does he have a plan?
It could be. I mean, look, Timmy, if they go out and pull in two guys, this team could look completely different in a week. He
Or
hasn't
he's-
been shy about making big moves.
Exactly. He does spend money. And you wonder, does he have his eye on Harper? That's the only thing
Well, it
for
does-
I
next
can
year.
think. Or Trout.
Does the
you know what I mean?
ownership say he can spend the money?
Why do we feel like
it's
Bryce
their money.
Harper's
Well,
going
those
to the
$5
Yankees?
waters, hopefully they can afford it.
That's the Patriots.
No,
Or-
$4.75 for water right there.
Look, if the Red Sox would actually show some guts and try to make a deal with Dan Duquette, who's a buddy of the Red Sox, trust me, I can tell you
Yeah.
that personally.
For Machado?
Yeah, for Machado. And then, of course, you'd have to sign him before.
He's
they-
going to hold you up for everything he can. That's the only thing he's got to play.
But you can't, you can't give up a lot and then,
yeah,
only
'Cause
have
he's-
him for a
He's
year.
a rental. Yeah.
Yeah, but Machado would look really good in that
Sure
lineup.
would.
They need 40 home runs in
They
that
do.
lineup.
That's exactly
Devers
right.
would look a lot better at first base, wouldn't he?
Yeah, right.
You
Like
put Machado at third.
third base, yeah.
Oh, that'd be much nicer.
Well, I think the guy to sign, if you were going to sign somebody, if you were willing to move Devers to first, then I would sign Moustakas, who's younger and hits more home runs than Hosmer ever has.
Yeah, but is he the kind of guy that, was kind of a free agent
almost
push?
40 home runs
No,
last year.
yeah, but I mean, he hasn't
He's
really
young enough.
consistently put up those numbers in the
He's
past.
been good.
No, but maybe he's coming into
He's
his
more the
prime.
hitter that Timmy was just saying. He's more the hitter that they need. They need 40 home runs from somebody.
They got plenty of guys on base.
Yeah, they got enough 20 home run guys.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
sure do. Yeah, right. And look, nobody got better last year in the regular lineup.
But, all year, what we say, we have the best outfield in baseball. right?
Well, yeah, we don't
Unfortunately,
anymore.
that's not where the power.
I can
we're not
tell you
getting any
that.
power out of that
That's
great
right.
outfield.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the problem. They were lacking power. Will there be a resurgence of power? Do we expect Betts to have a better year? Do we expect JBJ?
I hope they all do.
Is
Bogarts.
our left
Benintendi.
fielder Benintendi?
Yeah, well, you
gotta
have
start
Devers for a
hitting more.
full
He's
year, which, you know.
Was he technically a rookie last year?
Yes.
Benintendi.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
this
came
guy.
in
You know,
second in the
he's
rookie
obviously
year.
got some skill. Is he gonna? You know, is he a 30 home run guy?
No,
Is
we
Betts
have
a
nice
30 home
players.
run guy?
We have nice players. We don't have superstars.
What's Betts' high on home runs?
Well,
30,
2 years
30.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we expect 30 out of Benintendi?
Look, if you could get
Yeah, you
30
would
out
hope
of
so,
Benintendi
yeah.
and Betts, and you'd cut into the
Maybe
into
2
your
or 3
need.
years from now, Benintendi will be hitting 30.
Your point is, and I think it's the big one, and will Cora make a difference, that those guys did not progress last year.
No.
They
Right.
regressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bogarts did.
And then Farrell managed for the regular season
Yeah.
because he was trying to
Just
save
to
his
save
job.
his job.
And
Hopefully-
so he burned out that whole team.
Hopefully, Cora will bring that leadership that has been so drastically lacking in this organization for the last couple of years.
And energy. It has to be energy. Farrell was not an
Instead of
energetic guy.
Hanley Ramirez being the leader, maybe we'll have a real leader in that locker room now.
Yeah, Hanley and Pedroia just don't inspire men to greater things. you know?
Exactly. No fault. I don't know. No fault. You know, you're born. I think you're born it or you're not. You know,
That's
and
right.
Cora might have that aura about him, and
I think
it
he
might be
does.
contagious. Hopefully, especially with the Latin players, maybe he can get the most out of
Yep.
these
Hanley in
guys
particular.
and
If they can get
make them feel
if they can
comfortable.
get Hanley back to 25 home runs, 30 home runs, that would be a miracle.
He's
Absolutely.
perfectly capable of it.
Yeah.
And the whole Aaron Boone thing, he was one of the worst announcers ever. The only reason he wasn't the worst announcer was because Jessica Mendoza was there. But, I mean, other than that, I always thought he was a
hopefully his
bumbling
lack-
idiot.
Hopefully, his lack of experience will be a big bonfire in the. And if that,
Yeah,
if
you
that
won't get in
locker
their
room-
way.
if they get into a little losing streak and he won't know how to handle it, maybe.
Yeah, Girardi's a great manager. Comparing Girardi with a guy who's never managed in his life, I think advantage Red Sox
They
right
handed
now.
the keys to a rookie. I mean, we handed our keys to at least someone who's been a bench coach for the last 2 years and just won a World
And a
Series.
successful one, yeah.
Right.
Right. And who
know?
speaks Spanish.
And who speaks Spanish.
Don't underestimate that whole part of it. I think.
I think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I agree.
Especially young guys, someone they can really relate to and feel like maybe they're getting understood. John Farrell was just pasty white.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, no, they need to change.
You know, I just
This
think
is
of
not-
my kids. You know, I have a 20-year-old. They couldn't relate to John Farrell.
no.
I never in a million years.
Yeah.
Now you take a kid from another country and he's talking to this old crusty guy.
and he's
I
played
mean,
with the Red Sox. I mean, it's a good hire. I mean, you'll never know
I
how
think
it's
it's
going
a
to turn
great
out, but
hire. Well,
absolutely.
I like
Very
the looks of
excited.
it.
So everyone knows I hate millennials. Of course, my book Millennials, if you want to pick that up on
Amazon.
Amazon.
On Amazon.
But I have spoken, and we have spoken together for the last couple
Oh,
years.
yes, you called this
the
one.
most disgusting, one of the most disgusting millennial athletes of all time, if we even call him an athlete, is Red Sox pitcher Stephen Wright. Now we have to say former All-Star Stephen Wright, who he should understand what a wonderful life he had. Stephen did not pitch this year, but yet was paid, right, to lounge around. Stephen is a knuckleball pitcher, which is kind of a circus act, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he should be very happy for every day that he takes a breath in the major leagues.
Especially you get to lounge around with no diagnosis of an injury.
Yeah. There was a story.
Absolutely none.
There's a story in Nesson about him, a feature, and how he has to get himself away from the computer to work out. Seriously, I was absolutely embarrassed. Well, Stephen Wright, because he has a lot of idle time, decides to, I don't know what, allegedly, there was some kind of verbal assault and would not allow his wife to call 911.
Yeah, so I'm sure nothing was going
So the
on.
neighbors
Yeah,
had
right.
to.
I don't know how you do that verbally.
Yeah.
I don't, but he got arrested, and I don't know, did he spend the weekend in jail?
No, he got out on
He got
bond.
bailed, right?
Yeah.
he got out on bond.
So isn't that the end of hopefully the Stephen Wright era? I mean, are we gonna?
Oh no!
Especially in this climate right now.
he'll probably be punished. They're not saying anything. What's that? Like a 5-game suspension during spring training?
I don't know.
But it's just
He
typical
wasn't going
Red.
to play anyways.
But is this typical Red Sox stuff right now? Is this why we needed a change at the top? Is it just guys, even the Stephen Wrights of the world, are doing anything they want and not even behaving? You know, I mean, right? There's got to be some discipline that was clearly lacking in that team last year.
Yeah, I mean, whatever this investigation, they've got to have basically a no tolerance policy in this day and age, given what's going on out in
Right.
the world. And if this guy, if it turns out he did
On
something,
top of it, he's useless.
He's absolutely
I mean,
useless.
Gone.
I think you hit the eject button.
Hit the
on him.
eject button, gone.
So this has been a really bad week for the Red Sox, right?
Yeah, it really has. It's a good point.
You know, and you know it was if the word
And
Steven.
isn't it season ticket renewal week?
Yeah, yes, it is.
You know, as my
12,
son
18.
said, my
December
son's new
18th.
word after boot camp is, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
Not a good look for the Red Sox
Yeah.
this week.
And I knew when I heard the words Red Sox and Stephen Wright that two things happened: something bad or he died.
Yeah.
Right? Because otherwise,
Nothing
there's no
good.
reason that it was going to be in the news. So Red Sox really need to change the equation here, right? And quickly.
Well, I think they have with Cora. I mean, that's going to be there's going to be a whole new vibe in that front office.
Everyone's looking for a slugger. I'd say they won 93 games with that godforsaken starting pitching last year. Porcello was awful. Erod and Wright were in and out, or out mostly.
Joe, you brought up a good thing. Porcello, what's he going to be this year?
Yeah. If Price didn't play at all 90% of the year, if they had a little more stability and better pitching, they could have been 100 wins.
Their lack of power was so apparent
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
playoffs.
You can't
That
finish
was
last
the
in-
screaming elephant.
Yeah,
in the
it's
room.
hard to
Power.
beat a good team without
You can't
power.
finish last
You're right.
in
With
home
Houston
runs.
just knocking the ball, that World Series was just a
crazy.
home run festival.
Yeah.
And horrible base running too. I mean,
Oh,
they try to make up
God,
with
I forgot about
being,
that.
the speed and
being
stuff, and that didn't
aggressive.
work.
Being
Yeah.
aggressive, being stupid.
But
So
you
it-
see, Davis was tipping all his pitches. That's why they were killing him.
Wasn't Erod doing that
Yeah.
too? Yeah. All right, so we're going to the Celtics.
Good news.
And I got to mention is Brad Stevens a mad scientist who, after all these years, he finally got what he wanted, these top players, and all of a sudden he's just figured out the minutes that these guys are going to play. We're going to give up games if we have to during the course of the season to save
The
these guys.
Popovich school, he's definitely learned from Popovich. He doesn't mind giving guys days off during the season. It's all about the playoffs down the line.
I know, but I mean, right? I mean, you lose a game against the Bulls and you realize, oh wow, he had that plan.
Yeah, we're that team now. We're that team
Yeah.
that where we say, you know what, we'll take the loss tonight. We can
Right.
I
afford
think
it.
I like the confidence. He's got a plan. He's sticking to it.
Yeah.
He's not reactionary. He has a plan. This is our plan. Don't get deviated from it. Don't get upset. Stick
Yeah.
to the
He
plan.
doesn't panic.
I wonder if they had lost to who did they play Saturday? The Pistons. I wonder if they'd lost that first game of the back-to-back. Would he have played those guys? And that would have been the real test. Like if his plan was always to give these guys Sunday off. If we would have given him Monday off after a loss, that would have been really gutsy.
How much fun is that team to watch?
So much fun.
But it helps that Brad and of course Bill Belichick, two of the head coaches in our 4 teams, have great job security.
Great job
And that allows them to do stuff like that. If you're fighting for your job like John Farrell did, you're not going to give up any games, right? You're not going to do that. And we saw guys in the back end, Nadir, Allen, Bird, and stuff, and you
The other
realize
night there was I think it was one of the games. There were 5 guys. I don't even know who they were out there.
Yeah.
That was Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of room, Timmy.
Who's that guy?
There's plenty of room to acquire guys and take guys off the roster, so don't have to worry about that stuff. All right, so I want to mention that I ripped into Aaron Baines, and I'm very, very
You feel
sorry.
badly about that, don't you?
Yeah, I was.
By the way, you ripped into him after 2 games.
I think it was one game.
Yeah, it might
actually.
have been 1 game. You were like, Aaron Baines stinks.
Sucks,
He's
yeah.
he's the next Kelly Olynyk.
Maybe even worse.
Yeah.
I think I
You know,
mentioned.
Tice has a new nickname now.
What's
it?
Vanilla Tice.
Vanilla Tice, very good.
But I mentioned Baines was like the next Greg Kite. That's what he looked to me.
Yeah.
But he very well may be the key to the Celtics in the playoffs because he's the guy that can take the big boys, the Drummonds of the world, right?
Yeah.
He's the one who can bang with
You
them.
might be overstating him by calling him a
I think he's
a big
key.
piece of flesh.
Oh, yeah.
out
I
there.
think he's key. I mean, look at the job. Brad switched it up. That you got to give Brad a lot of credit from that first Pistons game when they took the loss to the second one. He just stuck Baines on Drummond, and Drummond was defanged.
Drummond was
had
an
2
animal
points.
in that first game.
Yeah.
He was there.
Joe, look at even in the playoffs last year, the Wizards, Gortat was killing
Oh,
us.
yeah.
You know, the Lopez, when we're watching the game on Monday
Yeah.
night, oh yeah, that's Lopez. We almost lost to the Bulls last year in the first round of the playoffs. We had no answer for him. Look, Baines is a guy, when he goes in, his plus minus against these guys is plus.
He's pretty athletic for a guy. He is
is.
a big dude. You see him up close. He's a big human being.
And Al Horford does not want
not
part
his
of
game.
these guys. He
It's not
doesn't
his
want a
game.
part of
No,
Drummond.
that's not his game. He's up on the high post or top of the key.
I think getting a Horford, he's playing
Point
great,
win.
man.
He really has.
He's the
He's
guy
been
we were
terrific.
expecting.
But he's
That's
playing
the
great
guy.
because of obviously
I think
got
Baines
Kyrie
frees him up
Irving.
a little bit,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
Baines,
Al wasn't here last year until the playoffs. This is not the guy we saw last year. This
Totally
guy.
agree.
Now I know why they paid the money.
yeah.
totally agree.
And then again, it's also in 1 year they say it's to get comfortable with a new
Yeah.
team and stuff.
My favorite thing I've seen over the last couple of weeks was, again, Brad Horford combination. Brad put Horford on Simmons from Philadelphia that
Right.
game against Philly, and that was amazing to see. Our center is
Yeah.
covering their point guard.
Point
Now, by
guard.
the way, they're both the same
Same height, yeah.
right? But Horford did a really good job
Yeah.
on Simmons. So it just goes to show the versatility that he has is unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, we got to go, but I want to mention this. Gordon Hayward is coming back this season, March 15th. Mark it on your calendar. He will
Ides
be
of
playing
March.
for the
I thought it was
Celtics.
February 1st.
No,
Was
I've
it-
You
extended
have
it
to
like
put the hat on to make these
Yeah, right.
predictions.
March 15th, he will be playing for the Celtics. No question. All right, I want to thank the boys. I want to thank everyone behind the scenes. Of course, the lovely and talented Adrian. Please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com and tune in again next Wednesday night at 6:30 for another edition of the Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. Hey, you with the Celtics? I am. I'm Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. The elephants are in town.
Here comes the circus.